Before we start, I have a question for you. How many of you are YouTuber, Instagrammer, or internet celebrity? Well, at least I'm not. Since nowadays is a digital information era, one of the most significant aspects is something that called network traffic, which is in other words, the flow of data. That is how many people or how many internet users can reach to you or your content. It is exactly similar if you open a supermarket or shop or whatsoever called visitor volume. Well, in the case of creating personal website, it is more like opening a museum rather than supermarket, except your website have a shopping page. But anyway, what I mean is how many visitor or target audience, target clients that can reach and attract is the huge step to your success. Wait a second, seems like I missed something. There is actually one more thing to achieve even though you get audience sitting in front of you. It is introduce yourself. Hello again, my name is Ken. I'm actually keep introducing myself in the past few weeks, so this is exactly what feasibility means. Not quite. Well, anyway, let's back on track and begin today's presentation. I have my own website, so I will use it as an example to explain what I am planning to do in the following section. Well, we don't have much time, so let's speed up a little bit. There are three important parts for making a website ready to go. So the first one is aesthetic design. That is, contain few steps such as confirming the theme of a website, use of font to match with your style, and the use of color. And then typographic, etc, etc, etc. So here is my own personal website. You can see the theme or the design language of my website is telling you at the homepage. I'm trying to show every visitor that I'm a kind of humor and energetic creator that able to use number of software. And I want to bring visitors some happy moment. So therefore, I have chose this playful design and clear layout rather than putting words and words and words. Or self-introductions, self-description at the beginning page to annoy visitor. And this is my basic strategy to keep visitor exploring my website further. Not kicking their ass out with unfriendly interface that with lots of readings. No reading requires. By the way, I'm using Wix.com to create my website. Easy to use, but if I'm going to upgrade a more professional website, I think I will need to switch in different platforms, for example, like Squarespace or WordPress.org. I'm pretty much hate coding, so for Dreamweaver, I think I would just keep it in my dream. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the fonts that I have used. I've only used one font, which is called Realway, because I want to keep the coherence of my website and more easy for editing the typography. And yeah, the truth is, I'm lazy. Anyway, back to the topic. The use of Realway font style is because I want to make my website to have a sense of humor, as I mentioned before. However, using clear to read fonts, so which is Realway does, is essential and able to show a sense of professional, which is a media production website that normally requires. Otherwise, I would like to try something else. For example, something that more funky, such as ink-free or other handwriting fonts. So for the color, normally as a media production website, there are a couple of different types of colors that are suitable to use, such as black and white, pink and orange, as I know so far. I've chose white with mint green to create sense of freshness for visitor eyes, because there are too many websites that using fully black and white as the main color. That's why I have put a little bit of touch of mint green for decoration, matching with the purely white background and those black fonts, of course, to bring contrast in order to create sense of freshness and playful fantasy. Well, actually, the Adobe Color Wheel is very useful for researching mixture color, so I may have a further look of it for my website color improvement. Okay, so finally, here is the last step in aesthetic design. Last but not least, typographic or typography play a significant role in the way of constructing a clear website, which as you can see in my website, although there is not much paragraph and words, but I did trying to position and make separations between headlines, name of my studio, which I don't actually have my own studio, and the body paragraphs. Make each part playing their own role clearly. And I love to make my paragraphs always align with each line, so you can see I have used the justify functions for paragraph alignment, which is extremely important to show that I'm a person that looking at details. Alright, so we get into another essential part of constructing a basic website, which is sitemap, the structure of the website. So my basic strategy for the sitemap is to contain only few essential pages, which are the home page, of course, to give visitor an impressions, which is really important. And then the second page is the portfolio page, because anyone who interested to visit someone's website is definitely looking for what this person have created it and doing, right? And then the third page is a personal description or detailed self-introduction. It is actually equal to provide your CV to visitor, or in this stage, perhaps potential clients and investor. Don't make them difficult to try to understand you deeper while they want to. So I make a really simple self-description here. And finally, contact detail. Well, not much to say about this one, but one thing that I want to mention is that you can see I put my social account at the bottom in every single page of my website, which is giving the ability for visitor to travel in between my website and my other social media account to explore more, rather than keeping them into a single space like locking in jail. Providing freedom for visitor traveling in between different platforms is necessary. You know, it is very similar to increase scenic spots in tourist attractions. To sum up, try to make the website as user-friendly as possible and provide maximum freedom and chance for visitor exploration. And then here comes the final part. Just like putting some decorations for a new house, giving a little bit of touch, which is adding some interactivity. After all basics and essential structure are finished, decoration is definitely required. Well, my website don't have much interactivity to be honest, but I have few ideas want to add to it. The first one is to create a switch for turning daylight and night vision, which is inspired by iOS system on iPhone. I actually love black background, or I should say I love more than one color background, so adding a switch that can change color is a very good idea to contain as many colors as possible that me or visitor loves. So this one is for playful purpose, or actually it could be a very good and useful visual function. And the second one is probably less functional but provide a more professional user experience, which is putting a user guiding instructions like some other website does when you are the first time visiting the website. Although many people feeling comfortable to explore on their own rather than following the instructions, closely guiding instructions immediately which I am, but still look more user-friendly and perhaps someone would like to follow, who knows. And then finally, a couple of mixture idea that learned from one of my favorite artist people. His website get a couple of visual effects that I want to adapt to my website, which is you can see the first thing is a video background which my website don't have one, so my one looks a little bit boring. And also you can see when the cursor pointed on those different titles, font effects happen and the video at the background will change particularly. This is a really good feedback for visitor rather than just point and click. And also you can see that every single page in his website has unique background photos, which is what I can make improvement to my website as well. And now I noticed that he is also using Wix.com to create his website, so which means I can do what he does as well, which is absolutely fantastic. That's it. Stay safe and many thanks.